Oh, we're back. Final review beer for tonight. We're in the night now. I think I started in what would still be considered the afternoon, but it's the night now. We have from Lunn's Mill Brewing here in Nova Scotia, their Charming Molly Blonde Ale at 5 point. Oh, they say 5.4. I have 5.2 on here. Let's edit that really quick. Their website is incorrect because it said 5.2. Can I just edit this real quick? Yeah, okay. There we go. Sorry, everyone who's watching this live. This is just super professional of me. I should have checked the can. It's where you check the real deal, the can. So they're from Lawrencetown, which is how long for me? Good half-hour drive, I guess. Maybe less. It's not too far away. But, Port Town. It's got historical stuff, tourist stuff. But yeah, Lunn's Mill. Dependable little brewery. Crisp and light-bodied. This blonde ale has just a hint of hops. Malty character. I think they're going for a sweeter blonde ale in this regard. Anything else on this? No. What did the website say? It said nice and light. Although this is a whole percentage of alcohol higher than the previous blonde ale we just did from Bay of Fundy Brewing, which was exceptional. But, I mean, this could still be quite exceptional. We'll see. It sounds like it's going to be a bit on the other side of what a blonde ale is, spectrum-wise. But who knows? We will investigate. So, let's pull this fucker up. Pour it. There we go. See what it looks like. All right. So I think it pretty much just looks like spot on what the Bay of Fundy blonde looked like that I previously did. It's pretty much, well, no, this is a little darker. The Bay of Fundy one was pretty much just straight up light golden straw color. This has a little bit of more of a darker kind of haze going on inside of it. It looks pretty coppery orange on camera. Nice head, though. Very nice head going there. Seems to be sticking around a little bit. Very presentable. Let's go with the aroma. Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is definitely, at least aroma-wise, very much on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to what the blonde ale style kind of is. At least what I understand it to be. Always that caveat. I am no expert. I am just going on what I have accumulated knowledge-wise over years of drinking and my own personal understanding of what a style is. It's not to the BJCP standards or whatever the fuck. I'm not a sommelier or whatever the fuck you call it. What's the beer one? Sommelier is like wine, right? I'm not an expert. I'm not a trained expert. I will not rate these by bullshit beer judging fucking standards. Not bullshit, but like official beer judging. I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. This is sweet, grassy, little bit of caramel malt coming through. Very divorced from the other side of the spectrum from the previous blonde ale I did, which was very dry. But yeah, this has a nice sweet note to it. It's not cloying, a grassiness, a caramel character. Might be a little bit of a biscuity thing in there, but not super pronounced. And I don't think these guys use like Pilsner malt or German hops, noble hops, like the Bay of Fundy blonde was saying it was doing. They make no such announcements on the can or on the website. Proclamations are not present for that sort of thing. But it doesn't have to be there to be a good blonde ale. So let's drink it and see if it is indeed a good blonde ale. Cheers to you, the viewer, for watching. Thank you. All right. It is very much what the nose was indicating to me, that this is on the other side of the spectrum for blonde ale. Sweet, grassy, slightly caramel malt, big in the taste. Lighter, medium bodied, upper, lower bodied kind of thing. I don't know. Oh, no. Yeah, light, medium body. It's pretty much on par with the Bay of Fundy blonde as far as body goes. I think the big problem with this one is the malt character is a little too heavy. You could get away with just calling this Lunn's Mill Ale. North American Ale. Lunn's Mill Amber Ale. You could probably get away with doing that. It diverges away from blonde ale a little too much. Where I can just like comfortably call this straight up blonde ale. I think that's the big problem. It's sweet, it's grassy. The maltiness is a little too caramel forward. Yeah, I think that's it. Had it been a little bit more biscuity, then I think it more comfortably sits as, the grassy, sweeter version of the blonde ale. But you still kind of have gotta kind of have that like biscuity malt base to it, in my own personal opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't hate this at all. But style wise, and I am trying so hard to not judge this in a way where it's like, oh, it's just a pales in comparison to Bay of Fundy Blonde. I'm really trying not to do that. I'm trying to be very fair here. Style wise, I'm going to go 6.5. There's elements of this that are very much screaming blonde ale to me, but that malt character goes a little too far off the rails to where it's just like, no, it's kind of nondescript and it can be anything. It can be your amber ale. Honestly, I could see someone calling this an amber ale. As crazy as that sounds, with it being as light as it actually is, I could see someone trying to get away with that. I could see someone trying to get away with cream ale, pub ale, nondescript something ale, or just Lunn's Mill ale without any like other qualifiers attached to it, right? Yeah, it's just a little too far off for it to be like a great blonde ale. There's elements, like I said, but doesn't quite work for me as a blonde ale, honestly, all that well. Now, personal preference. Good drinking ale. Lunn's Mill knows how to make a beer that is tasty and drinks very well. Like I said, this had a medium body to it. It's got a little bit more heft to it. It's tasty. The aroma translates right to the flavor. You're not getting any surprises. It works. It's a good drinking beer. I would definitely drink it again. Would I buy it again? Probably not. Especially if I'm looking for a blonde ale. I'm going to the Bay of Fundy Blonde. Or the Sober Island Marigold or whatever it's called. I'll definitely hit those before I hit this as a blonde ale. If I'm looking for a blonde ale, probably not going to do this. Now, if someone handed this to me, I would drink it all day, every fucking day. It's a perfectly fine beer. It's a fine example of a North American ale. It's great. But personal preference, I got to sit that at a 6. So 6.5 for style, 6 for personal preference. Lunn's Mill, Charming Molly. I mean, it does have its charms, but just not as a blonde ale. But it claims to be a blonde ale and falls short of being all that great as a blonde ale, but whatever. I've had way worse. Way, way worse. And I would still recommend, maybe pick it up. Maybe it's your thing. That's always the other caveat here, right? I'm not an expert. The other caveat is this is my own personal taste. I try to give you an idea of what this might be like, and maybe you can like glean from that some ideas. And if you've had beers that I've had in the past, and you go, oh yeah, no, that fucking dumpy idiot on the internet had similar thoughts that I did. So maybe his thoughts on this other beer that I can get are probably going to be fairly accurate, and maybe I want to avoid it or I want to check it out. That's the whole reason for this shit. At least I tell myself that as we trudge on to the heat death of the universe and the existential dread of living. Yeah. But we have beer. We have sex. We have music. We have movies. We have good things. We have puppy dogs. So the world ain't all that bad. And this isn't a bad beer. So check it out. You might like it more than I do. Lunn's Mill is a good brewery. Don't get me wrong. Don't make this feel like I'm shitting on them because they didn't quite nail a blonde ale. There's a lot of breweries out there that don't nail blonde ales. They just fuck it up. And I'm not saying they fucked it up. They just made something that fell short of what I want. That's all there is to it. But they're still a good brewery. I enjoy their stuff. They're worth checking out. So please go and check them out if you are so inclined and you're in the area or whatever. But yeah, you know what? Cheers. I'm rambling because I've had a bunch of beers in a very short amount of time for review purposes. So I'm going to get the fuck out of here and sober up a little bit and do some other stuff because I have things to do tonight. But you be good. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to fuck off. Goodbye.